Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Halima Budiati. I will explain about how to survive from COVID-19 towards. The first is how to survive from education. The first is distribute resources that can prevent spread of disease. Resources such as equipment for meals, student body temperature masks, and so on must be available in all schools. The second is create a disease prevention team in schools to encourage the implementation of health and safety protocols. So this team is also tasked with disseminating ways to prevent disease, monitoring the health status of students and staff at schools, and reporting if there are school residents who are indicated to be infected with COVID-19. Number three is ensure the availability and distribution of learning resources for all students and teachers as long as they have to carry out learning activities from home. Number four is implement a flexible leave policy for parents who must accompany their children to study from home. This policy is especially made for parents with children who are less than 12 years old or children with disabilities. Through this policy, it is hoped that children can learn optimally with parental guidance at home. The last is provide the training needs by teachers so that they are better prepared in planning, designing, and implementing quality online learning activities. In terms of area, Indonesia is in that much bigger than Taipei. However, we cannot say that if it is implemented in Taipei cannot be applied in Indonesia. Which has a diverse population and is spread across various islands, there is always something we can learn even from countries and small cities. From these experiences, we hope that Indonesia can soon get out of the pandemic, at least can continue to run the wheels of education in a healthy and safe way, even though the COVID-19 pandemic is still threatening. After all, releasing a smart city is our common goal. The next is about economic. The first is secure source of income. Maintain a source of income no matter how difficult. If you are unemployed, then postpone the plan to resign or retire early, because in a pandemic and recession, cash flow will save us in an emergency. For example, feeling sick is your freelance with multiple clients or employees. Try your best to keep your contract running. Number two is secure emergency fund. The times of pandemic and economic recession are times where the reason of your emergency fund is put to the test. If you are disciplined in maintaining the portion of your emergency fund, then no matter how tough the economic condition you are currently facing, you and your family can continue to live without debt. For those of you who are single, financial planners generally recommend setting up an emergency fund at least 3 to 6 times your monthly expense. Meanwhile, for you who are married, whether you have children or do not have children, then ideally you set up an emergency fund 6 times to 9 times your monthly expense. Number three is avoid big expense. Postpone any plans that require large expenses, especially if they have to take your emergency funds. Ask yourself before shopping what you want or need. For example, For example, if you plan to buy a gadget of tens of millions of rupiah and intend to use an emergency fund, it is a good idea to postpone the plan until you actually have sufficient funds for that purpose without missing in emergency funds. Number four is avoid debt. If you lost your job, immediately look for a new source in income. The next is how to survive from tourism seats. The first is stopping operation and folding the organization is caution. Number two is adjusting operation costs and minimizing fixed costs. Number three is make effective use of social media. Number four is ensuring employee health prepares health needs and procedure including employee motivation. The last is develop a public relations strategy and implement it at the community level to talk about the benefit of tourism and remind people to welcome tourists when the time is right. Okay, that is my explanation. Thank you. The last of my explanation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.